The result? Another ship, and one that changed history. The SS Great Britain.
Brunel was always wanting to push the envelope, and the thinking was, we want a larger ship so we can get more passengers, carry more cargo, make more money. But it was very difficult to do that with wood.
She has an iron hull, which means that she's slightly lighter and there's more room inside. And this means that rather than just the one superior class that the Great Western had, we now have a number of classes, including steerage.
But switching the material from which the ship was constructed was only the beginning.
Up until now, paddle wheels were the generally accepted way of moving forward. But the problem with a paddle wheel is that you start off with a lot of coal on board, and as you're going across, of course, you're using up that coal and throwing the clinkers overboard. And so the vessel is gradually coming further and further out of the water. And so the paddle wheels are not digging in quite so effectively. So Brunel was fascinated by the idea of a propeller. So it's under the water and it's driving the ship forward. And it's not subject to the same problems that the paddle wheels are.
Brunel managed to convince the directors of the Great Western Company that they should abandon paddles in favour of a propeller.
I'd love to have heard him speak, because he must have been quite charismatic and passionate, but based on really good evidence. He'd done his homework, his detailed homework. So when he spoke, he was doing it from really thorough study, and his notebooks show the sort of detailed work that he put into everything.
Iron-hulled and propeller-driven, the ship was unlike any other. The rigging and sails were designed to work efficiently with her 1,000 horsepower engine. The vessel's ability to harness sail and steam power simultaneously was unique.
The way to look at the SS Great Britain's legacy is to think of her as really the sort of great-grandmother of all of the ships now afloat. Without SS Great Britain, there would be no ocean liners. That idea of a luxurious, huge ship with several classes of travel was completely new and has endured to this day.
These are the sorts of innovations that aren't just about tinkering with a process here and there. He's really thinking big in terms of trying to make the world a slightly smaller place. These are ships that are trying to shrink the world, effectively.
The SS Great Britain is a technological triumph, but never realizes her commercial potential. In September 1846, a catastrophic navigational error sees the ship run aground. Brunel's maritime wonder is abandoned to the elements for almost a year, much to his disgust.
The finest ship in the world, in excellent condition, has been left lying like a useless saucepan, kicking about on the most exposed shore you could imagine, with no more effort or skill applied to protect the property than said saucepan received on the beach at Brighton.
She gets stuck there. She gets stuck over the winter, and the local peasants build covers of sort of bracken and things to protect her. Brunel is absolutely distraught at this. Externally, and in all the photographs that we see, he's a very controlled and very calm, responsible engineer, a man of science. But he's clearly really emotionally attached to his projects, and this isn't the only one.
All his things were his babies. He loved them like they were his children. I think no one doubts that. He loved his children, but he loved these things too.
Very many highly talented people can get very obsessive about what they do, and they get into the flow of that work. What you see on the flip side sometimes is, you know, great anxiety and worry about that because they have such high levels of conscientiousness. There was a real drive to achieve and do something important in the world.
But did Brunel end up paying the ultimate price for his obsessive pursuit of engineering excellence and immortality? Is this a man who quite literally worked himself to death?
He has these huge ambitions and huge talent, of course, that he has no doubt about at all. And then on the other hand, there's this racking doubt about his future, about whether things are going to work out.